Welcome to another episode of AdventureSphere. Today I'll be covering Ashok Kumar Narain, a man missing from Eugene, Oregon. But first, become part of our family by subscribing to our channel, stay up to date by ringing the notification bell, and share our content to help spread awareness of how we help recover missing loved ones free of charge. You never know who may see it, how hurt their heart may be if the family is incomplete, or how you may be a hero to them for sharing this. Information shared in this episode is open source. The places I mention are shared with my blessing, so Ashok can be reunited with his family, regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has our email address if you'd like to share insight on any cold case confidentially, or know someone missing with a vehicle and would like them featured on our channel and sonar searched free of charge. The video of Google Earth has a measurement from a starting point, theory, or known location and goes out to possible search areas. We focus on bodies of water within 5 miles from home, their last cell phone ping, last known location, and sentimental sites where water is deep enough to hide a vehicle. If an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to home. Ashok Kumar Narain, then 30, is missing from Eugene, Oregon. His last date of contact was January of 1987, they believe. Ashok, his wife Raj Mati, and their young daughter Kamnee disappeared in 1987. In September 1987, the murdered bodies of his wife Rajmati and daughter Kamnee were found in Washington. Authorities are searching for their vehicle. It's a white 1980 Toyota Tercel, Oregon license plates KUV762. The tags expired in 1993. Detective Matt Herbert with the Eugene Police Department can be reached at 541-682-5111. The Charlie Project states the family disappeared in April 1988. His wife, Raj Mati, Ashok's date of birth is October 14th, 1956. They are both native to Fiji. Ashok was last seen in Eugene, Oregon in April of 1988. On September 11th, 1987, Raj Mati Narain was found floating in the Lewis River near Woodland, Washington. A few days later, her legs were found in the Willamette River in Portland, Oregon. Her head has yet to be recovered. On September 24th, the body of Kamnee Kashal Narain, Ashok and Raj's 14-month-old daughter, was found in the Cowlitz River in Longview, Washington, near the confluence with the Columbia River. If you look at the confluence, one river is rather green in appearance and the other is a darker color. That's where the line that it forms is the confluence. The bodies remained unidentified for 20 years. Ashok's brother reported him missing in April of 2006 after no one had seen or heard from them since April of 1988. The family learned of the bodies found in the rivers and suspected it may have been Raj and Kamnee. Raj's family in Fiji submitted DNA samples for comparison and confirmed their daughter and granddaughter were the ones in the river. Raj was approximately 2 months pregnant at the time of her passing. Let's see here. Ashok and Raj's family lived in the same village in Fiji, and they were friends while they had grown into adults. Their marriage was arranged and celebrated in 1983. They settled in Eugene, Oregon after the wedding and stayed in touch with their relatives by mail. Raj did not disclose any marital strife or life in general. Her family initially wasn't too concerned when the letter stopped, but when Raj's brother attempted to locate her over the internet, things changed as they couldn't find her. Her brother was advised to hire a private investigator over reporting them missing. Authorities would like to speak with Ashok about the deaths of his daughter and wife. He's not a suspect in their homicide, just a missing person. Both Oregon and Washington investigators are looking for him and the vehicle. The Kelso, Washington Police Department can be reached at 360-423-1270. The Cowlitz County, Washington Sheriff's Office can be reached at 360-577-3092. The Eugene, Oregon Police Department can be reached at 541-682-5174. OregonLive.com on September 25th, 2007, stated that Robert Narain of Woodland, California, called the Kelso Police Department and was looking for his brother Ashok for several years. Robert came across a 2003 article in the Seattle Post-Intelligencer about unsolved cases. Detectives traveled throughout the West Coast to locate Ashok, but haven't had any luck. Then on the OregonLive.com website, on October 17th, 2007, the bodies of Raj and Kamnee were exhumed so they could be laid to rest in Fiji. A Reddit post in 2020 said Kamnee's cause of death was severe trauma caused by beating. I wonder if the beating came from a human or if perhaps it was beat against rocks in the river with using the force of the currents. Just something to think about. Rajmati Prasad Narain was born May 15th, 1963, and was the youngest of 11 children. Raj was especially close with her brother Jay. He goes by Bobby Prasad. In 2004, Bobby immigrated to Australia, came across the sketch of baby Jane Doe, and knew in his heart that it was Kamnee. Later in 2004, Bobby came to America to look for Ashok in Oregon. Before going back to Australia, Bobby laid a dozen red roses and carnation on Raj's and Kamnee's unmarked graves. When their bodies were home in Fiji, they received a traditional Hindi ceremony, and their cremated remains were spread into the ocean. Hindu is the third largest religion in the world. Their faith is centered around reincarnation. They also believe their soul's next incarnation depends on the actions throughout the previous life. Does this mean that if Ashok did kill his family intentionally, that he would reincarnate into some less desirable being? Or would he be alive today trying to atone for his sins if their death needed to be righted? Hindus believe the physical body serves no purpose and choose to cremate their loved ones, as they believe it's the quickest way to release the soul and help with reincarnation. The day after a Hindu funeral, the ashes are scattered over a sacred body of water or in a place of importance to the deceased. Did the rivers Raj and Kamnee were found in hold some importance to them? Did the scenery remind them of childhood? Perhaps Raj told Ashok she was with child on one of the riverbanks. On the 13th day of mourning, it's common for the family to hold a ceremony where they perform rituals to help release the soul of the deceased for reincarnation. It may be worthwhile to look along the riverbanks for Hindi items left to honor and memorialize Raj and Kamnee. Their deaths were almost 40 years ago, so if there were items placed, they may be very difficult to find at best. I'm wondering if did Ashok dispose of their bodies in the Willamette River and go into hiding? Was Ashok perhaps murdered too, and his body is trapped in the car in the water? Were their deaths honor killings? It may be more likely if he didn't want Raj to have another child, if they were poor or lower economic status. Did Ashok return to Fiji before their disappearance came to light? The wife and daughter were found in September 97. He may have dumped the car in the river. I'm thinking in Portland, most likely at the James Gleason Memorial Boat Ramp. It's 1.2 miles to the International Airport in Portland, Oregon. He could have dumped the car and either walked or got a cab. The Swan Island Boat Ramp is 5.5 miles from the International Airport in Portland, and the Chinook Landing Marine Park boat launch is 8 miles to the Portland International Airport. If he did, in fact, dump the car and leave right after their bodies were disposed of. If you like this episode and haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel, give our video a thumbs up, and share the movement with those you influence. What do you think happened to Ashok? Do you think we should search closer to Eugene or Portland? I'll be looking for your thoughts in the comments below. Sharing the ideas helps the family and our community efforts. You may have a different way of thinking that could bring them home. We really appreciate the time you've invested into watching our purpose come to life. It means the world to us, the families, and the communities we serve. 100% of donations received stay within the organization to purchase sonar equipment that will help families for years to come. Your contributions from subscribing, watching our content, liking and sharing, to financial support make it possible to offer our services free of charge when they need all of us the most. To show our gratitude, I'll release a giveaway and donation video shortly. The first giveaway will occur when we reach 300 subscribers, and you must be subscribed to win. Immediate donation links are in the description. Kickstarter and GoFundMe campaigns are coming soon. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and remember that we love you.